So what's up, guys? So this week for Movie Club we watched the movie Lovelace. Now I just clicked on the cast to make sure I had some other names in there, but I really want to focus on Amanda Seyfried and Peter Sarsgaard in this movie. But they tried to squeeze in James Franco in there, and James Franco is like a very minor part in this movie. And yes, James Franco is a bigger name, but Peter Sarsgaard steals the show. He is such a douche. And if you've ever seen Boys Don't Cry, you know what I'm talking about. He's a fantastic guy to hate, and he is easy to hate because of that movie. And he brings all those bad qualities from Boys Don't Cry over to Lovelace, and we get to see the abusive relationship that ensues. The thing about Amanda Seyfried, I never thought this girl was gonna be popular. Of like the four mean girls, Rachel McAdams had it for a little bit with like Wedding Crashers and Red Eye and like The Notebook, but then she just lost it. She didn't have quality movies anymore. Amanda Seyfried seems to come out and make movie after movie after movie, and they all seem to be really good, or at least worth watching. So let's get into the plot of this movie. So this movie, like I said, stars Amanda Seyfried and Peter Sarsgaard. And at first, they meet and the relationship's kind of sweet and kind of nice because she's kind of a loner girl, and Peter Sarsgaard is an older guy giving her attention, so she obviously really likes that. And I'm not really sure what happens with Peter Sarsgaard, but throughout the movie, he becomes a bigger douchebag. By the end of it, you want him dead, and he gets his ass kicked, and you're pretty much cheering about it the whole time. So this movie is set in the 70s, so obviously when these two get together and they start having sex, it's kind of a big deal. She obviously doesn't want her parents to find out, and he's like an older guy, and he's playing the gentleman role to the T, which you will see is amazing when you see how much of a douchebag he is throughout the rest of this movie. Like I said, the relationship's progressing, and eventually they like film a sex tape, and Peter Sarsgaard's such a nice guy and is trying to get into like the film business, and he actually shows it to his buddies, and that film business he's trying to get into is actually the porn business, unfortunately. So their sex tape gets shown. Like, she has some amazing talents, to put it nicely. If you don't know what this movie is about, if you know the famous porno from the 70s called Deep Throat, put two and two together, and yeah, I'm not explaining any further than that. But like I said, her boyfriend shows this to her buddies that are in the porn industry, and they're like amazed that she can do this, and they bring her in, and she ends up making a porno flick, and it makes her really famous. She's on talk shows, everybody knows her name, everybody wants to know when she's gonna come back and do another movie, and it's from there we get to see inside the relationship that she was really pushed to do these things. She was just a nice innocent girl, but Peter Sarsgaard like corrupted her and got her to do this, and then when he got her to do that, he started making her do other things. Like, she was pretty much whoring herself out to people. It was really bad. And eventually you see like Peter Sarsgaard's like manipulation, and he pretty much has her under his thumb, and you see how this girl is just really down, and she's afraid not to do these things because she's afraid of him, and it's really sad. And you see the people behind the scenes that just don't give a shit. There comes a point in the movie that was really hard to watch, and it was when she went back to her parents' house and she was telling like her mom, like, I don't want to be with him. She didn't want to explain. She was like embarrassed that she was getting beat up and taken advantage of. She couldn't tell her mom, and her mom just thought she was being like a bad wife, and she called her husband, her abusive husband, to come get her and bring her back. And the last thing her mom says to her is, this is marriage, you need to obey your husband. And it's just so sad that you see this girl and she can't get out, and she's struggling the whole time. The way they filmed this, it looks like a 70s grainy kind of film, and I like that. I thought that was really cool, and they kept with the time. The story was very driving. I wanted to see what was going on from minute to minute. And yes, it shocked me to see some things in here, but you know, it was a really good story. It was really well put together, well casted. Obviously, this movie is not for kids when I say it's about a porn star. But with that said, good pick this week. I can't wait to see what we do next week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.